speaker is Marting from UCATT.
Thanks, colleagues. I'd like to say, well, it's a pleasure to be here representing UCATT today. It's not a pleasure, obviously, to be here for this kind of event. There's far too many people killed at work, in particular in construction. If you look at the statistics, construction counts for the highest proportion of deaths each year at work. And there's one simple reason for that, and that's the way that the construction industry is organised. It's organised on a subcontract basis, agency basis. We've got gangmasters operating in there. People come and go onto sites. There's very poor organisation of workers. When you find that the vast majority of construction workers are classed as self-employed, we call that bogus self-employment, because the reason is that those people, although they may technically be classed as employees, have no employment rights. And that has implications for health and safety. For what worker is going to stand up and put his hand up and make a complaint about a health and safety problem if he thinks he's not going to have a job? If he thinks he's going to lose his job for raising the slightest complaint or upset about not having the correct PPE or incorrect working practices. And that's one of the reasons why there are so many deaths and injuries in. We're obviously concerned about some of the undermining of health and safety that's been put on the agenda as part of this election by some political parties. We are concerned that there are attempts to undermine health and safety even further and actually put this in the hands of private companies. We're concerned about this because we believe that the best people to do that are the HSE. We'd like to see better funding of the HSE, better enforcement of the HSE, and we'd also like to see better acts the employers, if they do commit corporal manslaughter, if a director kills somebody on site or injures somebody, that director is responsible. And our late General Secretary George Brunwell said that he'll be convinced that the things have changed when the day when a managing director is led away in handcuffs for actually killing somebody on his site. We'd like to see that happen if that takes place. But as trade unionists, we don't want anybody to be injured on site. We train safety reps, we train people to look out for health and safety problems, and we do work with companies. And I would like to pay tribute to Burst Civils this morning for actually agreeing to close their site for the minute's silence. As one of the major contractors in Bradford around this site, I think there's no option, but I would like to say thank you for doing that. So we are concerned about what is going to happen with health and safety. Construction is a dangerous industry. I'm sure many of us here have read Ragged Sworded Philanthropists. The industry hasn't changed since then. It's still hire and fire, it's still fear. And until that changes, we'll not get the proper health and safety culture that we require on site. But once again, thank you for inviting me. I'd like to pay tribute to any of our colleagues that have gone. We recently lost a colleague in Hull who fell off a scaffolding, who fell off a ladder, sorry, because the company wouldn't provide him with correct scaffolding. Colleagues out in Hull are paying tribute to him today as part of their ceremony. But again, I thank you for your time.